are bongos. You'll notice that the bongos have horns on their heads that point straight backwards. This allows them to dive into the underbrush to escape predators without getting those horns tangled. On our right side is the okapi, the brown animal with the striped legs. Those black and white striped legs of the okapi make it look pretty similar to a zebra, but it's actually the closest living relative of the giraffe. Both giraffes and okapis have long tongues that can be 13 to 18 inches long. The tan-colored antelopes on our right side are greater kudu. Their tan color definitely helps the greater kudu to blend in with their surroundings. And both these greater kudu and the bongos back there have those thin white stripes in their fur. This helps to break up their silhouettes, allowing both types of antelope to even better hide in the forest. There's another greater kudu up on the hill to our right, along with a black and white bird. And that's a saddle-billed stork up there. It gets its name from the bright yellow patch on its bill that does resemble the shape of a saddle. And it can grow to be as tall as 5 feet. On our left side, we've got a great look over here at a black rhino laying in the shade. Black rhinos are very solitary and reclusive animals. And they'll usually only ever be found living alone. They can weigh as much as 3,000 pounds. And they have no natural predator. The only threat to the rhino is from humans, because rhinos are all too often poached for their horns. Rhino horns, however, are made of keratin, which is the same material that our fingernails and hair are made of, which means that those rhino horns have no value for us humans. And we can help out our rhino friends simply by spreading this information about them. Because the more people that know how useless those horns are, the less likely they are to be poached. We're going to make our way a little bit deeper. There's even more hippos on our left side. Baby hippos are born at about 85 pounds. And fully grown hippos can weigh as much as 5,500 pounds. Hippos are able to swim, but because of their size, it is a lot easier for them to simply walk along the bottom of the river. There's also quite a lot of these large white and gray birds there to our left. And those are pink-backed pelicans. They get their name from the pink color that their backs turn during mating season. And they have wingspans that can reach as wide as 9 feet, which is the width of the canopy above our heads. We've got a great look here to our left at a group of Nile crocodiles hanging out down in the water. We can tell the difference between crocodiles and alligators. Because crocodiles, like these, have a fourth tooth. They're incisors that sticks up out of their mouths. Nile crocodiles are the largest crocodiles that can be found here in Africa, growing 16 to 20 feet long. Crocodiles, like these, have a fourth tooth. They're incisors that sticks up out of their mouths. Nile crocodiles are the largest crocodiles that can be found here in Africa, growing 16 to 20 feet long, and weighing as much as 500 pounds. And Nile crocodiles have the power in their jaws to crush the bones of their prey. Coming up to our right side here is the baobab tree, which is also known as the upside-down tree, because those branches do look a bit more like roots that should be down in the ground. The baobab tree can remain leafless for as long as 9 months out of the year in an effort to conserve water. And that baobab tree is a rich tapestry of wildlife, home to some of Africa's most iconic animals, including giraffes, elephants, and lions. One of the first things that you might notice out here on the savannah might because of the giraffes that live here. Giraffes are the world's tallest land mammal, growing to heights of up to 20 feet. And they eat the leaves off of all of these trees using those long tongues that I mentioned with the okapi. Giraffes' tongues are prehensile, which allows them to stick those tongues out, wrap them around a branch, and rip the leaves off and into their mouths. On our left side is a group of African wild dogs laying in the grass. African wild dogs are also called painted dogs because the yellow and black colorations of their fur do make it look like they are painted. African wild dogs are related to the domesticated dog, but they're also one of Africa's most successful predators, catching between 80 and 90% of the prey that they hunt. On our right side, we've got a great view. Of a couple of zebras, and even more up ahead. A group of zebras is called a dazzle. These are Hartman's mountain zebras. And one feature that makes them pretty unique is that they're actually black with white stripes, which we know because of the color of their noses, which is black. Some zebras are white with black stripes, and they'll have a white or a light pink colored nose. Further back on our left, those brown animals are sable antelopes. Sable antelopes are known for those long, thin, curved horns that provide them a great defense against predators, who will sometimes try to jump on their backs. The small tan and white antelopes on our left are springboks. Springboks are one of the smallest types of antelope, and they get their name from their ability to spring 6 feet straight up into the air and leap 30 ahead of us over here. Those big brown and spotted animals with the large horns are Ankoli cattle, and the herd of gray animals are wildebeests. Wildebeest is an Afrikaans word that does mean wild beast. They're migrating animals that travel between 500 and 1,000 miles every year. And they do so in very large herds, sometimes of up to 1 million wildebeest traveling all together. Ankoli cattle are also called Watusi cattle, for the tribe or people that domesticated them. And they are the only domesticated animal that can be seen here on the reserve. As you can see, Ankoli cattle have really large horns. Those horns can grow as long as 6 feet. We've also got a great view over here of a whole group of giraffes, which is quite fittingly known as a tower. These are Maasai giraffes, which we can tell by looking at their spot pattern, which is pretty irregular and rough around the edges. Reticulated giraffes, on the other hand, have much more neat and orderly spots that look almost net-like. There's also some tan antelopes way up on the hill over there, and those are Patterson's eland. The eland are the largest type of antelope, and fully grown males can stand 6 feet tall at the shoulder.